side. So this is so I did a Conan invasion, the last two ones, because I thought it would be interesting just to see also with the light roll and the, well, you cannot be bothered with poise on a build like this anyway. So I think this is rune level 50 as well with sword seal and everything. And here I'm just playing around with different weapons. So usually when I play Conan, I just use the jankiest shit that I can find. And this stuff is super janky, but somehow I have no idea why I hit this.
I mean, people, it's a weird timing for a weapon art. You hang in the air for like an additional half second than you should. And also, it's not something you see really ever in combat, so it's not something people practice.
Yeah, so
I'm just looking at that phantom's name.
So yeah, Gandalf the Gay eats the bot slam.
Oh wow, that was beautiful. Mid-air, like a champion. I watched a great deal of your last Conan stream. I do enjoy them.
Oh, nice, thanks.
Now, this is exactly what we were talking about just now: the fast weapon versus the really slow weapon. But Gifordian, whatever his name is, really doesn't recognize his advantage here, and he keeps trying to unsheathe you, which is probably the worst thing he could be doing in this circumstance.
Yeah, I think this is still like muscle memory for most of the people I invade. They're still like bound to their Ashes of War for the main source
like
of
a mob half the time. Like you're an NPC that they can just cheese with distance and lunging attacks, but you can see that it's not working out for him.
Well, I don't blame them if they see the name Conan. It's like, oh, crossover NPC.
That is honestly one of the main advantages I have seen my goblin have, is that you invade someone and they look at you and you go, oh, what an actual joke. And then about like 1,200 damage later, they're going, Jesus Christ. But it only works for that first point where they're not taking you seriously, and now he's being super cautious.
And I was joking with Scribble here if I could proc the rot, and he said, yeah, unlikely that I will kill him before the rot procs, but actually it procced. I didn't even know that the thing had rot build up. So yeah, quite...
Oh no, he doesn't have cures either, does he?
No.
You can always tell because the panic sets in. I think people underestimate just how much of an advantage just proccing a poison or a rot is on someone, because
Absolutely.
It's not like it does a huge amount of damage. However, they start to panic. They desperately want to disengage and cure, or they desperately want to finish the fight so that they don't have to use too many flasks to heal. And that means that they get sloppy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love Scarlet Rot now. And also like the Gentleman's Poison, which is poison. So I've been playing around a lot with the Drawstring greases. So just poison and Scarlet Rot grease on a small frosting weapon. Just to build up some rot, and then if they're rotted, then you can just keep pressuring them. And what will happen a lot, especially if you get this mystical 1 HP survival hit, they still die from the rot, and the animation is just beautiful to see them choke on the...
That is exactly it as well. Like that last hit to being taken off by poison or rot is such a common occurrence, and it's usually just because they have just kept dodging you for a short while because they're trying to disengage and heal, and the poison or the rot just ticks away at them that entire time.
No. And here, I think this is my favorite moveset from the... I'm not sure, like I haven't played with Colossals that much.
They weren't very good until now.
Yeah, I'm not still undecided on them, but here, so the crouch poke, in quotation mark, well, it's not a crouch poke, it's more like a crouch slam. That was nice for a few roll catches with this guy. But then this here, the reverse backstep slam like this, that was just, I really like this moveset.
That is honestly a really good way to get some performance out of Colossals, because the biggest problem is that so many of their attacks are so blatantly broadcast. The crouch slam, as you call it, and that running ravioli was actually really beautiful to watch.
Yeah, here you have the roll catch slam, but that's very short range, right? And
Remind me
then
what the heavy on this looks like?
the heavy, I'm not sure if I use this. Oh wait, here maybe. Yeah, it's just
Big swing.
yeah, just I think big swing, similar to the. Oh no, I think that's the running R2 actually.
Oh yeah, no, that is.
Yeah, that's the running R2, so similar to the Claymore with the 360 spin.
See, that's decent because you're still moving forward a lot while you're doing it, so you can at the very least keep pressure on. But the big problem with the rest of the attacks is that you have to pause for like half a second before the weapon even starts to move, and they can be long away by that point.
Yeah, that's the main issue. And I think I only used these movesets and then also tried to land the Ash of War here. Not sure if I ever used an R1, but I guess I would use R1s more if there were multiple opponents.
Yeah, so you can sort of keep that area around you clear and a constant source of danger.
Yeah, I think for me it's usually a question of, do I need targeted attacks or more 360 attacks? So what's a good example for 360 is the R2 on any halberd, where you know, okay, so I'm trying to hit this host in front of me, but I know there is a phantom on the sides as well. So I just hit the R2 to get a 360 hit and maybe hit the phantom as well.
That is exactly how it goes. I almost always, when I'm using a Claymore, use that as a kind of emergency turn and burn if I'm out of FP or whatever, because it is just really easy to re-aim as you're going, and you can start it while you're still running away.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the running R2 for this as well on the Claymore. Wait, I think this is the normal R1 here. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah. Because I was going to say the heavy on the, what is it, the real big club, I can't remember what its exact name is, the Colossal Great Club or something. That is really hard to pick because the first part of the Prelate's charge where he just kind of holds it up and then slams it down in front of him?
Yeah.
It's basically just that, but without the running. And it's surprisingly hard to see coming when the weapon isn't glowing and on fire as a tip-off. And people just run into it constantly.
Okay. Yeah, I still have to play around with Colossals and Great Axes, I think they're called. One I had a lot of fun with, but I'm still having issues learning the whole moveset, is the Axe of Godfrey, or Godfrey's Axe.
Axes in general just have really weird tracking and hitboxes. Like I don't really know how to get good use out of them because they're just such a strange set of moves.
No. All right.
So I will say, I'm still pretty sure that the Colossal Sword is better than the Colossal Weapon, but the Colossals in general have been really given some love this update, and I hope to see more of them about.
No. So yeah, I'll definitely play around more with them on Conan.
Lucky draw for me. Like, what the hell is
Nokron.
God, what the hell am I doing in Nokron? I can't remember what I'm doing here at all. Miley.
We'll see.
I've got the Zweihander out, so I'm messing around. That's right. I messed around with some Giant Hunt because it got given more poise damage, I think.
And I see you rearranged your menus. Very nice.
Oh yeah, I've been checking that out, that configuration that you suggested last time, and I will say that I'm having a much better time curing bleed and rot now, because those are the two that I always need to cure, and I'm always under pressure when I do.
Okay, so we have two phantoms here. Oh, well, host and phantom.
Yes. That's right. Yeah, these guys definitely saw that I'd invaded, and they did the clever thing, which is, let's stay where the hell we are and wait for him to come to us.
And what was that? Flame grant me strength? Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Ooh. Haven't used Giant Hunt in a while. Like to see that.
People kind of got wise to it because it was used so much, but it's still very useful, just not in the way that it's always used, like on YouTube and what. The roll catch utility of it is pretty well known, but the turn and burn ability of it is surprisingly good. It's really only useful when people are packed really close together, but it's very possible to hit. I've hit up to 3 people with it before at the same time.
That was a nice trait there, by the way.
Thank you. That was that was really my only option with the smaller, faster weapons there. You can see how it's all about the running swings now. Just missed the boy.
Huh.
But that running attack is really very aimable. I'm not doing a great amount with it here, but because the swing is so wide and it comes out so quickly, it's really easy just to pivot and make sure you hit multiple people with, because you're both moving, and it's also a really nice wide swing.
No. So this is a situation, so for me personally, if I would have played this, I think after seeing him like just roll spamming and with the latency and everything, I usually just swap to a rapier with poison on it. Yeah. Because sometimes you don't even get the damage hits with the rapier, but at least you will build up the poison and that will tend to finish them off. So yeah,
that is a really good point. Actually, I pretty much always do the swap to. Do I swap to the? Yeah, I swap to the Great Epee pretty much now. But I did really want that giant hunt ending. I was thirsty.
Yeah, fair. Fair point. Yeah, and that's the classic. You know, he's going for the heal, and then you come out with the running R2, and that's it.
Yeah, like the space that you need to heal when there's a Great Epee or a Godskin Stitcher around is just so much more than any other weapon. Nothing can close distance that quickly apart from maybe a halberd.
Yeah, I mean here you with the jumping, and then he's like, yeah, I'm definitely safe after one more roll. Or like and two rolls.
Yeah, already queued that up as well, you can see.
And for me, I always count to two, because usually people just spam roll twice and then they will do their action. So yeah, but
yeah,
very
the double
nice.
roll does seem to be its own thing.
Yeah, very nice invasions. Very clean, actually. Anything else I've seen? So Giant Hunt didn't connect, but should have. I think in 2 occasions I saw.
Yeah, these guys were just a little bit too latent for me to reliably get that. And that is really the weakness of Giant Hunt, in that it only has a very small time in which it's in any way around your enemy. You got to really actually connect it, or it just doesn't really do anything. At least with Lion's Claw and other stuff like that, the hitbox is there for a good, 0.3, 0.4 seconds.
Yeah.
This was just the entire, that was the flavor of the night, to be honest. Me trying to prove to myself that the Colossal sword was still perfectly viable.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, seems very viable. So looking forward to play with those more. Yeah.
It's honestly way more fun as well, because more of the moveset is at play.